Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. The weather was beautiful. Um, I miss you guys, and I'll be getting in touch with you so I can drop some of your things off from school because I picked them up. I closed out the classroom on Thursday and I have a bunch of things to give to you, so I will be in touch. But anyway, we are going to do something a little bit different today. I am actually going to read a story to you from our Journeys book. So if you don't have it in front of you, go ahead and get it. And you're going to turn to page 210. This is the lesson for the whole week, May 4th through May 8th. It's the only one I'm going to post. It's going to be a little bit longer. But we are going to read, believe it or not, the weather was 75 and 80 this weekend. We're actually going to read a story called Penguin Chick. I was going to skip it because it's kind of a winter story, but as I was going back through it, I just remember everybody loves this story. And so I wanted to share it with you. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go over the vocabulary because this week I'm not going to make you do vocabulary. I'm not going to make you do a trifold. We're going to do a little bit of research on penguins, and I'll explain that to you. And we're just going to do spelling, and that's it. So this will be one post for the week. I'm going to read the story now. I'm going to start at page 210. This is called Penguin Chick, and it is by Betty Tatum. And it's a narrative nonfiction, which means it tells a true story. So everything that I read in this book is going to be a true story. I love penguins. I don't know about you. It's one of the first things I like to visit at the zoo. They're unique. They're fun. There are two books in the library that I love to read to you when I'm doing this unit, and I won't get the chance this year. But the one is called Osbert, and it's a pretty cool story about a boy who asks Santa Claus for a pet penguin and then realizes once he gets his pet penguin that they are a lot of work. Not a true story, just a fun story about penguins. But this one is a narrative nonfiction, so I'm going to go ahead and read it, and then I'll explain what you're going to do this week. So, page 211, the essential question, how do animals care for their young? So, a lot of science in this week's reading. Okay, I'm turning the page, and you'll see it looks like the continent of Antarctica. A fierce wind howls. It whips snow across the ice. Here, a female emperor penguin has just laid an egg. It's the only egg she will lay this year. Most birds build nests for their eggs, but on the ice in Antarctica, there are no twigs and leaves. There's no grass or mud. Nothing to build a nest with. Nothing but snow and ice. The new penguin father uses his beak to scoop the egg onto his webbed feet. He tucks it under his feather-covered skin into a special place called the brood patch. The egg will be as snug and warm in there as if it were in a sleeping bag. So the emperor penguin is the tallest of all penguins, and it lays its egg, and then the father penguin, puts the egg onto his feet and puts his layer of fat over top of the egg, and it stays in there. So listen what Dad has to do, though, for a while. We're on page 215. One of the penguin parents must stay with the egg to keep it warm. But where penguins lay their eggs, there's no food for them to eat. The penguin father is bigger and fatter than the mother, and he can live longer without food. So the father penguin stays with the egg while the mother travels to the sea to find food. The two parents sing together before the mother penguin leaves. So because Dad has more fat stored away, he is going to stay with the egg, and Mom has to travel off to the ocean for food. And wait till you hear how long this has to go on. Page 216. Along with many other penguins, the mother penguin leaves the rookery where she laid her egg. The mother walks or slides on her belly. This is called tobogganing. She uses her flippers and webbed feet to push herself forward over ice and snow. Because it's winter in Antarctica, water near the shore is frozen for many miles. After 3 days of walking, The mother penguin comes to the end of the ice. She dives into the water to hunt for fish, squid, and tiny shrimp-like creatures called krill. Back at the rookery, so the left side shows Mom heading out to find food, and the right side shows all the dad penguins holding on to the egg. Look how cold it looks. The rookery is back where the eggs are kept. It's like a nursery for kids. They call it a rookery for penguins. Back at the rookery, the penguin fathers form a group called a huddle. They stand close together for warmth. Each one keeps his own egg warm. For 2 months, the father always keeps his egg on his feet. When he walks, he shuffles his feet so the egg doesn't roll away. He sleeps standing up. He has no food to eat, but the fat on his body keeps him alive. So 2 months, 60 days, he stands there with the egg. Way to go, Dad. Page 218. Oh, look how cute. Finally, he feels the chick move inside the egg. The chick pecks and pecks and pecks. In about 3 days, the egg cracks open. The chick is wet, but soon his soft feathers cool down, dry, and become fluffy and gray. The father still keeps the chick warm in his brood patch. Sometimes the chick pokes his head out. But while he's so little, he must stay covered. And he must stay on his father's feet. Otherwise, the cold could kill him. So he's too young. He has to stay warm. The father talks to the chick in his trumpet voice, and the chick answers with a whistle. The father's trumpet call echoes across the ice. The penguin mother is on her way back to the rookery, but she can't hear him. She's still too far away. If the mother doesn't come back soon with food, the chick will die. 2 days pass before the mother can hear the father penguin's call. So Mom's been gone for 2 months. The chick has been born, and now the chick needs to eat. So wait until you see how Mom is going to feed him. Page 220. At last the mother arrives at the rookery. She cuddles close to her chick and trumpets to him. He whistles back. With her beak she brushes his soft gray down. That's his fur and feathers. The mother swallowed many fish before she left the ocean. She brings some of this food back up from her stomach and feeds the chick. She has enough food to keep him fed for weeks. He stays on her feet and snuggles into her brood patch. So all that fish she ate at the ocean is in her stomach. And to feed him, she, I want to say, like throws it back up into her mouth, and the chick takes his beak into her mouth, and that's how she feeds him. I know it sounds gross, but it has to happen. The father's very hungry, so he travels to open water. There he dives to hunt for food. Weeks later, the father returns with more food. So Mom has been to the ocean, she feeds. Now Dad is going back, and we're talking 3 to 4 weeks later, Dad comes back with more food. Each day the parents preen or brush the chick's downy coat with their beaks. This keeps the down fluffy and keeps the chick warm. As the chick gets bigger, he and the other chicks no longer need to stay on their parents' feet. Instead, they stay together to keep warm. This group of chicks is called a creche or nursery. The chick now spends most of his time here, but he still rushes to his mother or father to be fed when either one of them comes back from the ocean. So they take turns going to and from the ocean. But their trip to get food takes weeks. Sometimes the chick and the other young penguins dig their beaks into the ice to help them walk up a slippery hill. They toboggan down fast on their fluffy bellies. Doesn't that sound like fun? Just like when we go sledding. Page 224. The chick grows and grows, and after 5 months he has grown into a junior penguin. He's old enough to travel to the ocean. Now he has a waterproof coat of feathers instead of fluffy down. He can swim in the icy cold ocean because his feathers keep him dry and warm. So even though he's in the ocean, his feathers on the outside are waterproof, so the water never gets down to his skin to make him really cold. The young penguin spends most of his time in the water. He swims, flapping his flippers as if he were flying underwater. He uses his webbed feet to steer whenever he wants to go. He catches a fish with his beak and swallows it head first. Page 227. Now the young penguin can catch his own food and take care of himself. In about 5 years, he'll find a mate. Then he'll take care of his own egg until the chick can hatch. So, pretty cool stuff about penguins, huh? So one of the things your parents got in their email, it says penguin report. So instead of vocabulary, instead of a trifold, I'm going to let you research a penguin. Now, Epic has a lot of books on penguins, but you can also search the internet. If you Google and put penguins for kids with your parents, make sure they're with you when you're on the internet. Here is a list of all the different kinds of penguins. You know how dogs, we have French bulldogs and poodles and Labradors and collies and German shepherds and Chihuahuas and Rottweilers. Penguins have different species. So listed down here are all the different kinds of penguins. I will tell you the most popular one, if we were at school, the one that the kids love to research the most is called the macaroni penguin. So you might want to try that one. If you're having trouble finding a book on Epic and you just want to research the emperor penguin, that's the story I just read. That's why I read it to you. So the story I just read is about the emperor penguin, and I believe he is on the list right here. There are a lot of really cool penguins. If anybody wants to research the Galapagos penguin, you're going to be shocked what you find out about his habitat. Okay, so I included this report. You can also make a penguin, and then you can see the report is the white part or the belly of the penguin. So I included a lot of stuff. Mine is front to back. This is my penguin report. And right here you have the eyes. So I tried to save you some paper. And then this is the first page. It says my penguin. This is where you put the penguin that you're going to research. If you're researching emperor, put emperor here. If you're doing macaroni, put macaroni, and then draw a picture of him with color, okay? Colored pencils, markers, crayons. On the back, it says, what does my penguin look like and how big is it? You have 2 questions to answer. 2 questions. That means try to restate. My penguin looks like, or my penguin has, and then describe it. What colors, and then the next one says, how big is it? So then you can put sentence number 2. My penguin is blank inches tall. All right. Then you have this one. It says, what is the habitat of my penguin? It means where does it live? Now, the emperor penguin, we already said, lives in Antarctica in the snow and ice. Complete sentence, restating, capital letter, period. Lots of information. And then, now your parents aren't going to want to copy front to back because you have to cut these out. Then it says, what does my penguin eat? My penguin eats blah, 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 blah. Capital letter, period. What are the predators? That means who is the penguin afraid of? Who will hunt the penguin? My penguin's predators are blah, 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 blah. Capital letter, period. Restate. Some interesting facts about my penguin. I would like 2. Not that it's black and white. You are going to be surprised. One of these penguins on this list has a red beak and red feet. Maybe that's not the penguin you chose to research, and you don't have to figure out which one it is. But there are some pretty cool things about some penguins. Okay, then here is the body of the penguin that you can just print on white paper and color black. And everything here tells you, this is the penguin head and the flippers. It tells you right here what each is for. On the back, we have the beak and we have the feet, and it says you can color those orange if you'd like. And then you have to put it all together. So when you are finished, your penguin report will look like this, okay? So I gave you all these pieces, the eyes, the beak, the head, the flippers, the body, and then all of these are just the report. You cut out the circles and you can, if you were at school, I would staple them together. If you have a stapler at home, that's the best way. But that's what your report will look like. It's so much fun. I wish we were together so I could see you make all these because they're so much fun. And then just the last thing I'm going to have you do is spelling. I have other things, but I'm only assigning these 2 things for the week. I want you to have fun. It should be lots of fun. So your spelling is words with ER. Father, over, under, heard, water, verb, paper, cracker, offer, cover, germ, master, fern, and ever. And this one says you're going to write all the words that end in ER, and here you're going to write the words with ER in the middle. The second one then, you're going to write words that means almost the same as blanket. So blanket, look through here. A word that means almost the same as blanket would be cover. So those are synonyms, words that mean the same. And then down here, you're going to write the spelling word that rhymes. Worm, germ. Notice worm is O-R, but germ is E-R. And then on the last one, you're going to proofread. Okay, so you have your list. It says circle the misspelled words in the items below, then write the correct spelling on the line. Make a good snack. Wash your hands with soap and water. I will tell you that water is spelled incorrectly. So you can circle that and write it on the line. And that's your assignment for the week in reading. I just want you to have a great time with the Penguin Report because, oh, I so wish I was there with you because I want to hear your laughs when you see some of the things that these penguins do and the colors and stuff. And I just miss you guys. I miss those aha moments and those funny times that we share together. But I hope you have fun with this. I really, really do. Take care of yourselves and use this video. If you need to rewatch, you can. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help you as much as I can. Okay, I miss you. Bye.